Hello, traveler. Hope you are doing well. In today's topic, we will be going over the art of negotiation, negotiating the correct way and negotiating the wrong way. Let's get started. Vocabulary word for the day is jamboree, which is a large and noisy celebration or gathering, often with various activities and entertainment. This word is a noun. P.S. This is literally just a party. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's think about the things we obtain by way of speech. Depending on how you use your words, you can leverage more than you think you can. Sometimes the things you say can even save your life. In what ways can we understand how to obtain more value from your mouthpiece? When it comes to the word negotiate, in my opinion, I could compare this to gambling in a way. A less malicious way, a more civil and controlled way. Negotiation is a discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. The blurred line in between is that you are both psychologically fighting for full control of the situation, wanting more of whatever the exchange is. But how do those people come to a mutual agreement? This is where negotiating comes into play. Check out this scenario thoroughly. I'll review the correct way and the wrong way, followed up by my opinion and tips. Let's say you're apartment hunting and we are looking for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. No pets, just you. You find a place and now you are moving in. Key in hand. You already spoke to the leasing team, signed the papers and everything. Rent is $1,350 for your 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit. You run across a neighbor who is on the same floor as you. You greet yourself and you just want to be a friendly neighbor to your community. You speak with him, and you find out that he has the same 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit as you do. You ask him a personal question in regards to his money. Come to find out he pays $1,115 for his unit. Now, this just seems unfair to you, in all honesty. I would have loved a deal like that. But you have to understand what he did to be able to get his rent down so low. It was because of the way he negotiated with the leasing team. When you're conversing with the leasing agent, you have to realize they also have a goal in mind as well, which is to get you moved in the unit faster. And your goal is to get the best price for what you feel like it's worth. Point out certain things about the place if you find any. Make sure to document what you've seen as bad or could be fixed, and you negotiate with that gathered knowledge you are acquired with. You have to find a way to leverage your information for a greater deal. Express these things to them in a respectful and firm way, because we want to get our point across to them and we aren't trying to be misheard. Say things very clearly. Clearly, the leasing agent was unaware of the certain small damages. Now, this is where your chances of victory increase. Leasing knows things that are damaged within the unit will deter potential residents from buying. So in this case, they'll be more likely and accepting to drop the price for you. Because at the end of the day, their goal is to get you in that unit as quickly as possible. The lease term is measured by how long they are residing for. Normal ones are like 6 months to 12 months to 24 months, sometimes even more in some areas. But you can actually leverage this as well. In terms of wanting the greater deal, you can offer a slightly lowered rent with a longer lease term. This works. This makes both parties happy. It's a win-win. The leasing agent gets you in the unit. Yes, she did take a lowered rent, but in return it does keep you there longer, which also accumulates her more money in the long-term effect of it. And your goal of getting a lowered rent worked out in your favor also. Congratulations on your new apartment, which for you now is $1,240. There will come times where you have to give in a little bit when you don't have that much to leverage. Sometimes it doesn't always work in your favor. And you must be okay with that. That doesn't mean give up. It just means gathering more information and working on talking and analyzing deals when you see them. Work on gaining leverage, and this could be with anything and any subject. Serious or non-serious, it'll come in clutch when it's actually time to negotiate. Realize that this is strictly a mental game, and do not by any circumstances put your emotions into it. This low success rate move will literally set you back. It could even put you in a position where, if you didn't speak up, it was affecting your living situation, which eventually will affect your mental health. Next thing you know, you're staying at a place you didn't really like, and the thought of you not being able to speak up for yourself is going to haunt you for the rest of your term. Don't mix emotions with these kinds of situations, and sometimes you have to really play hardball. I know you may not want to, but I also know that you want it to go your way. Sticky situations. Just because the leasing agent tells you that this is the place for you doesn't mean you have to buy it. Bad negotiating is trying to get an apartment through a Zoom tour and accepting the terms and conditions when you're not even there. Putting personal information out there that could be at risk for identity theft. Could bypass your security credentials. You just never know what those sorts of things. You'd be surprised because this actually happens right here in society today. I have some tips that I want to share with you. I also want you to know that the price you see for the apartment you want is not the number it has to be. Take this with you when I finish. The contract numbers you see on the paper are binding you and the apartment, not you and your leasing agent. These are the people that direct it, printing out the forms, getting you to sign. They also get paid a percentage off leasing those units. This is also why they have deals around certain times to get you to come in. If they are running a free 2 to 3 months rent program, this is a sign that the business side of things aren't doing so well. It's a good deal, but you just can't thrive in certain environments. The lower the lease term, the more expensive it will be. The higher the lease term, the less expensive, if not standard rate. If you really like the place, and you're on the fence about buying, drive in the area around nighttime so that you can see what it is like when the sun is down. If it's good, or if it's bad. Most importantly, do not buy an apartment unless you have physically toured the place. Please and thank you. That's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this and I appreciate your attendance today. Your presence never goes unwanted or unnoticed. And as always, until next time.